Hello, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. We are all welcome to this episode of Alqirā-atur-Rāshida. We are still reading on المنارة تتحدث. The minaret speaks. The minaret is speaking. However, we want it. This is our part 2 of the المنارة تتحدث. Looking at it, I'm hoping we could do it just in one straight lesson. Okay, there are not so much new words, and I don't think I am burdened with the responsibility of explaining the history, facts, and otherwise in the material, just the language. Okay, so there are just a few words that we might not know. So I would wish we could do it in one lesson. Inshallah, I'll try that. If I find the lesson be too lengthy, I'll cut it. Okay, so we continue. Still make sure to go with the understanding that the first person here is the almanara. The minaret is the first person here, is the one speaking. So if you see any pronoun ana, any verb conjugated to ana, know that is referring to the manara. Okay. It says وفي عهد إبراهيم اللودي. Okay, but the name I think is Lodi or something like that. Lodi. وفي عهد إبراهيم اللودي سنة 993 جاء بابر. Okay, the Baber, I think that would be these people, the Mughal, maybe. Okay, جاء بابر وهو من آل تيمور من كابل وكسر جنود اللودي وهي 100,000 مقاتل في ساحة باني بات ب12,000 مقاتل. فكان برهانا على أن العزيمة تغلب الكثرة وأسس دولة المغول. Okay, the Mughal people, if you read about them in history, as I said, they are also a group of people. التي لها دوي في العالم وآثار خالدة في الهند. He says that in the era Ahad, في زمن, in the era of Ibrahim al-Lodi, the year 933, جاء Babar, the Babar came. وهو من آل تيمور, and this Babar is from the family of Taimur, the people of Taimur. من Kabil, from the place called Kabil, or the tribe called Kabil. وكسر جنود اللودي, and he broke the army of Lodi, and he defeated them. وهي 100,000 مقاتل, 100,000 100,000 100,000 fighters. So the army of Lodi was 100,000 fighters. So this Babar defeated them في ساحة باني Panipat, as is spelled P-A-N-I-P-A-T, Panipat, in the field of Panipat. When we say Saha, bimana field. So on the field of Panipat, where the fight went on, Babar defeated the soldiers of Lodi. The soldiers of Lodi, which were 100,000 fighters, were defeated on the field of Panipat. ب12,000 مقاتل, with 12,000, that is 12,000. Okay, so Babar used 12,000 soldiers to defeat 100,000 soldiers. فكان برهانا, and that was a proof. Burhan bimana proof. That is the Quran says قل هاتوا برهانكم إن كنتم صادقين. برهان, فكان برهانا على أن العزيمة تغلب الكثرة. And the one we read before, he told us that فكان برهانا على أن الإيمان تغلب أو يغلب, I think that was al-adad, يغلب al-adad. Here he tells us that عزيمة, it was a proof that عزيمة, determination, تغلب الكثرة, defeats numbers. Okay, defeats numbers. This is an explanation of the verse that says the كم من فئة verse. I wish, let me see if I could just locate it right away. So he's just using this one to explain the concept of كم من فئة قليلة that was mentioned in Surah Al-Baqarah, that is verse number 249, as it says كم من فئة قليلة غلبت فئة كثيرة بإذن الله والله مع الصابرين. So how often has a small party vanquished a numerous host by Allah's permission? And Allah is with the patient ones. So that is what he creates the expression with. The verse here, that is what he creates this expression with. فَكَانَ بُرْهَانًا عَلَىٰ أَنَّ الْعَزِيمَةَ تَغْلِبُ الْكَثْرَةَ. Determination defeats plentiness, being plenty. وَأَسَّسَ دَوْلَةَ الْمَغُولِ. And he created the Mughal state, the Mughal state. التي لها دوي في العالم. That has dawi, it has an echo in the world. When we say somebody has an echo in the world, that means he has a say in the world. He resonates. When you mention his name, everybody knows him. Just like in our current world, when you mention, there are some countries, there are some individuals that when you mention them, their name resonates. When you mention Kwame Nkrumah, Dr. Kwame Nkrumah in Africa, in the world, everybody knows the kind of Pan-Africanist that he was. When you mention some particular leaders, their name resonates. That is it here. التي لها دوي, and it has an echo, it has a sound في العالم, in the world. وآثار خالدة في الهند. So this دولة Mughal, they have آثار خالدة, a perpetual heritage. Athar is heritage, khalidatun perpetual, something that stays forever. Okay, atharun khalidatun fil Hind, and they have perpetual heritage in India. He says وفي عهد ابنه Humayun. So the son of this Babar was Humayun. In the era of his son Humayun, Nahada Sher Shah Asuri. The name is Sher Shah Suri. Sher Shah Suri. Nahada Sher Shah Suri. Sher Shah Suri rose. Nahada bimana, he rose. In the motivational speakers of Arabic, you normally hear Inhad ya rajul. Inhad bimana, rise up. So Nahada Sher Shah Suri. Sher Shah Suri rose up. Fatarada Humayun ila Iran. He chased away Humayun to Iran. Tarada bimana, to send out. Okay. فهو مطرود. أي لم من يتم طرده يصير مطرودا. The person becomes sent out. So طرد بمعنى to send out, to sack. Okay. وأسس دولة منظمة لم تسبق. And he created an organized state. منظمة بمعنى everything was organized. Okay, he created a dawla that has everything in place. Lam tusbak, it hasn't preceded, there hasn't been anything like that before it. He created such an organized state that there was nothing like it before it. Lam tusbak. Wa amila a'malan jalilatan, and he did great works. Jalila bimana great. Law wuzzi'at ala iddati mulukin lawasi'ahum. If it was spread among a number of kings, it would have been enough for them. Lawasi'ahum, yani it would have been enough for them. Wuzzi'a, to be spread, to be shared among. From wazza'a, tawzi', to share, to spread something around across people. Okay. فأنشأ شارعا مسيرته 4 أشهر. He established shari'an, a road. Masiratuhu, the road is distance. If you have to walk on it, its distance is 4 ashhurin, 4 months. You will go 4 months on it. That is a very lengthy road. وَغَرَسَ عَلَيْهِ الْأَشْجَارِ, and he planted trees on the road. It's not a small job. you create a road, then you plant trees all across it. If you want to know this practically, cast your eyes to the Arab lands. If you've ever traveled to any Arab land, you realize that their street has these palm trees. It goes throughout. That is how it looked like. وبنى عليه المنازل والمساجد وذلك كله في 5 سنوات. And he built on these rows, he built houses, he built mosques. وذلك كله في 5 سنوات. And all that was in 5 years. ولا أزال يعني, and I still, this is what I'm telling you. If you see أزال بمعنى أنا أزال, that is the minaret, that Manara is the one speaking here. أي ولا أزال أنا المنارة أغبط سحسرام إذ كانت عاصمته ومدفنه. The Manara is saying that لا أزال أغبط سحسرام. I still envy Sahsaram. أغبط from أغبط يغبط غبط يغبط أغبط, to envy somebody. أغبط بمعنى I envy him. He has something that I also want some. So ولا أزال أغبط سحسرام. So the minaret was envying Sahsaram. It's the name of a place. إذ كانت عاصمته, because Sahsaram was his capital. Okay, this person, this one, who came to overthrow Humayun, Shah Asuri, he used the Sahsaram as his capital, and also that is where he is buried, Madfanahu. أي كانت سحسرام عاصمة شاه السوري وكانت أيضا مدفنه. That was where he used as his capital city, and that was where he is buried. So this minaret is saying that it envies Sahsaram. وهنا تخلفت دهلي, and here Delhi started going back. تخلف, to fall behind. Delhi fell behind. وسبقتها مدينة صغيرة, and a small city surpassed it. سبقتها, it surpassed it. Okay, it surpassed it because of Shah Asuri, because he was in charge of the, I think, where he was handling, that is Sahsaram, is a small Medina, it's a Madinatun Sagira. It surpassed Delhi because Sahsaram, Shah held the place as his capital, and that is where he's buried. And so it made Delhi fall behind, and this Sahsaram surpassed it. It says وخلف همايون الذي استرد ملكه بمساعدة شاه إيران ابنه الأمي أكبر. So Humayun it says خلف همايون الذي استرد ملكه. So basically Humayun came to take back his kingship, his authority, because he was sent away. If you remember, طرد همايون إلى إيران. He was sent away by Shah Suri to Iran. So he came, he استرد ملكه, he took back his kingship, he took back his kingdom. بمساعدة شاه إيران, with the help of Shah Iran, ابنه الأمي Al-Akbar. The Shah, I think it means a king or something. So with the help of the Lord of Iran, or the landlord of Iran, the overlord of Iran. So he says that خلف همايون الذي استرد ملكه بمساعدة شاه إيران ابنه الأمي أكبر. Let me break it down. Humayun left behind his kingdom, which he took back from Shah Asuri. He took back from Shah Asuri with the help of the Shah of Iran, and he gave it to his son, the ignorant son Akbar. The name of the son is Akbar, and the son Ibnuhul Ummi, he is ignorant, he is unlettered. Okay, So Humayun, when he took over his kingship from Sher Shah Suri, he gave it to his son, his ignorant son, who is called Akbar, and he took his kingship with the help of the overlord of Iran, because that was where he was banished to. It says, وَهُوَ الَّذِي مَرَقَ مِنَ الْإِسْلَامِ. So this son Al-Akbar here, this son Akbar here, مَرَقَ مِنَ الْإِسْلَامِ, he left Islam. He left Islam. When we say maraka, min, to penetrate through. Okay, so yamruku saham, so yamruku saham, that is the arrow shoot out. It goes out of the bow. Okay, so that is how it means. Ay maraka هذا الولد من الإسلام. He left Islam. He penetrated through Islam. واخترع دينا جديدا. To invent, and he invented a new religion. وعاند المسلمين. عاند المسلمين بمعنى to oppose Muslims, to resist Muslims. عاند, to resist, to oppose, to act hard against. وقد أنجاني الله من مصاحبته. أنجاني الله, the knee here is the المنارة. So the Manara is saying that, and Allah rescued me from his company, his companionship. So I wasn't with him. Is اتخذ آخر عاصمته, because this Akbar, who left Islam, he took Alqirā here as his asima, as his capital. Okay, so the minaret was free from being close to him. He says, وَخَلَفَهُ ibnuhu Jahangir. The names, you forgive me. So his son Jahangir took over from him. وَكَانَ أَفْضَلَ مِنْ أَبِيهِ. And Jahangir here was better than the Akbar. وَدُونَ إِبْنِهِ وَحَفِيدِهِ. And below his son and his grandson. So Jahangir was better than Akbar, but below his son and his grandson. He says, وَإِدْمَحَلَّتْ آثَارُ أَكْبَرْ فِي أَهْدِهِ. So this Akbar, who came to do a lot of nonsense, who left Islam, opposed Muslims, إِدْمَحَلَّتْ آثَارُهُ, his heritage died out. When we say إِدْمَحَلَّ, to die out, to fade out, to be no more, to be destroyed. So his heritage was destroyed completely. It died out completely. Fi ahdihi, during his era. Nothing of his stayed. The word idmahalla, it is a nice word for me. Let's try and be using such words. If you use it, your friend doesn't understand it, you explain it to them. It says, وفي هذا العصر نهض المصلح الكبير الشيخ أحمد السرحندي المجدد. So in this era, نهض المصلح, the righteous one, al-kabir Sheikh Ahmad al-Sarhandi al-Mujaddid, rose. He also rose. فَقَلَبَ التَّيَّارِ. And he turned the current. He turned where the direction, the trend. He turned where the trend was going towards. قَلَبَهُ وَغَيَّرَ اللَّهُ بِهِ اللَّيْلَ وَالنَّهَارِ. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala changed with this man, Sheikh Ahmad al-Sarhandi al-Mujaddid. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala used him to change the day and night. غَيَّرَ اللَّهُ بِهِ اللَّيْلَ وَالنَّهَارِ. Bimana Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala used him to change the sale of events. وَانْتَصَرَ بِهِ الدِّينِ. And Allah used him to assist the religion, to help the religion. وَزَالَتْ بِهِ دَوْلَةُ الْمُبْتَدِئِينَ. And with him, the state of the mubtadi'in, the innovators, was wiped out. Zalat, and it passed away. So the state that the mubtadi'in had formed was due to this Sheikh al-Sarhandi al-Mujaddid. This innovator state were wiped out. وفي هذا العصر, and in this era, سُعِدت الهند أيضا بوجود عالم كبير. India became excited with the existence of a great scholar خدم علم الحديث who served the science of hadith. وصنف, and he authored. صنف, to author, تصنيف, authorship. ودرس طويلا, and he taught a lot. He taught people a lot, and for a long time. وهو العلامة عبد الحق البخاري, and that is his name. العلامة عبد الحق البخاري, a scholar of hadith who wrote a lot in hadith, and he taught a lot of for a long time. وأنا سعيد بأنه لا يزال في جواري, and at the time that the book was being written, the minaret is saying that I am happy that this man is still by my side, or the man Al-Allamah Abdul Haq al-Bukhari is buried where the minaret is located. So the minaret is saying that it is happy that the man is still by his side. لا يزال في جواري, he is still by my side. وخلف جهانكير, and this Jahangir خلف ابنه Shah Jahan. His son Shah Jahan took over from him. وهو صاحب الآثار الجميلة في الهند, and he, Shah Jahan, is the owner or is the custodian of beautiful heritage in India. بنى جامعا في دهلي من أجمل مساجد المسلمين في العالم. Here he called the masjid Jami', and here he came to say min ajmali masajid. When we say Jami', I've told you from day one that the names of mosque, we have Jami', we have masjid, we have musalla. All of them are names of masjid, the place we pray. So this Shah Jahan, he built a mosque in Delhi, and this mosque is min ajmali masajid al-muslimin fil alam, is of the most beautiful mosque of Muslims in the world. وبنى القلعة الحمراء, and he built the red wall, the red hall. When we say hall, we don't mean a single room. Like we go to the Qal'atu Salahuddin Ayyubi, Qal'atu Salahuddin Ayyubi, the Salahuddin Qal'a, the wall of Salahuddin. When you go there, it's a kind of an estate, okay, a very beautiful place on top of the mountains in Cairo, if I'm not mistaken. So when we say Qal'a, we mean a building, a castle, okay. So he built the Al-Qal'atul Hamra, the red castle. وَبَنَى عَلَى قَبْرِ زَوْجِهِ التاج Mahal, and he is the one who built the popular Taj Mahal. People go there to visit there. So that was he built it as a grave on top of the grave of his wife, the grave of his wife. This Shah Jahan bana ala qabri zawjihi Taj Mahal, and it has become a very great place that people visit, a very nice place people visit. I hope I get wealthy enough, inshallah, to also visit the place and visit India in particular. There are a lot of beloveds there. May Allah preserve you guys for me. وهي الدرة اليتيمة في البناء, and this Taj Mahal is الدرة اليتيمة. When we say الدرة اليتيمة, we mean a unique pearl. الدرة اليتيمة بمعنى a unique pearl. It's one of its kind, and it's one of its kind in construction. في البناء. وما وددت أن أبرح من مكاني إلا لأراه. And this minaret is saying that I never wanted to leave my place. Abraha min makani, to leave my place. Sayyidina Musa tells his boy, that La abrahu hatta abluga majma al-bahraini wa amdi hukba. Okay, abrahu bimana to stop, to leave some place. He's saying that the minaret is saying it never wished to leave his place illa li arahu, except to see the Taj Mahal or the man Shah Jahan. Okay, so the minaret wanted to live where it is so that it can go see Shah Jahan. وخلف شاه جهان ابنه السلطان أورانك Zaib al-Makir. The names again, you would forgive me. This is the name of the son. وخلف شاه جهان ابنه or ibnuhu, as ibnu being the fa'il of khalafa, yani he took over from his father, and this is his name. وهو رجل هذا البيت الرشيد. Okay, and he is the man of this beautiful house. Okay, he is the man of this beautiful house. هذا البيت وهو رجل هذا البيت, and he is the man of this house. الراشد, well guided. So الراشد here is a sifa for رجل, not البيت. وهو رجل هذا البيت الراشد. Okay, he is a man of this house and he is well guided. الراشد. فأمر بتدوين الفقه. He ordered for fiqh to be recorded, to be written. تدوين بمعنى recording, writing. وأبطل المقوس مظالمة. Okay, مقوس is the plural of maqs. If I'm not mistaken, I think that's the singular, maqs. And maqs is taxes. So muqus is taxes. Abtala, to abolish. So abtala al-muqusa, he abolished the taxes. Al-muzalima, taxes that were unjust, taxes that were oppressive. So he abolished oppressive taxes upon Muslims. He abolished it. وَضَرَبَ الْجِزْيَةَ عَلَى الْمُشْرِكِينَ, and he charged taxes upon the idolaters. The idolaters, he placed taxes upon them. وَنَصَبَ الْمُحْتَسِبِينَ. Nasaba bimana, he appointed or he positioned. Al-muhtasib, which is the singular of al-muhtasibin. Al-muhtasib is a teller. Like today, we say a teller at the bank. The one sitting behind that counter, there is a teller. That is al-muhtasib. Somebody who takes charge of counting numbers, counting weight, measuring, checking measurements. We call them al-muhtasib. And those days in the market, they were like the task forces. They put people there who would be checking. If somebody comes to buy 1 kilo of rice, are you cheating the person? Are you measuring it right for the person? The al-muhtasib is the one in charge to make sure nobody is being cheated in the markets. To avoid what is being mentioned in Surah Al-Mutaffifin, وَيْلٌ لِلْمُطَفِّفِينَ الَّذِينَ إِذَا اكْتَالُوا عَلَى النَّاسِ يَسْتَوْفُونَ وَإِذَا كَالُوهُمْ أَوْ وَزَنُوهُمْ يُخْسِرُونَ أَلَا يَظُنُّ أُولَئِكَ أَنَّهُمْ مَبْعُوثُونَ لِيَوْمٍ عَظِيمٍ. So they were trying to prevent this thing mentioned in Surah Al-Mutaffifin. People, when they go to the farm to buy goods, they want it to be filled up for them. When they come to sell, they try to cheat people in the weight. So the muhtasib is a person in charge of checking weight and measurement in the marketplaces. وَأَقَامَ دَوْلَةَ الْعُلُومِ الدِّينِ علومِ وَالدِّينِ وَأَقَامَ دَوْلَةَ الْعُلُومِ وَالدِّينِ. And he created a state of knowledge and religion. He didn't do it a state of just politics. The state was in tandem with knowledge and religion. ومن سوء حظ المسلمين في هذه البلاد, سوء الحظ, unluckiness, and from the unluckiness of the Muslims in this country, أن خلفاء أورانك زيب لم يكونوا رجالا أكفاء من في الدين والسياسة. Due to from the unluckiness, or among the unluckiness of the Muslims in this country, is that the khulafa, those who took over from Aurangzeb, those who took over from this our man here, Aurangzeb al-Makir, they were lam yakunu rijalan akfa'an. And then when we say rajulun kuf'un, it means a capable man. The plural of kuf'un is the akfa'an. In one of my poems that I wrote some time ago, I don't know if it's on the channel, Bu'dul Habiba. At a point in the poem I wrote, Ajibun Amri, Rajulun Kuf'un, والآن قد جن أمام الدنيا وما فيها وأراها هي الجنة أهذا من تصوري أم هي فقط لي حنا تعالي تعالي هذا قولي وأخطب الكنة. So I said, Ajibun Amri, Rajulun Kuf'un, والآن قد جن. My issue is amazing, and a capable man, والآن قد جن, and now he's lost his mind. Okay, so Rijalan Akfa'an is capable men. في الدين والسياسة, in religion and politics. So as a Muslim, when you want to do politics, you need to know your religion so that you know how to blend the politics with the religion. Don't go just selling your religion for politics. Unfortunate, so here we say unfortunate for the Muslims in this country is that those who took over from Aurangzeb, they were not capable men in terms of religion and politics. فأصبحت السياسة هزلا, and politics became a joke. هزل بمعنى play. Okay, وما هو بالهزل. He said إنه لقول فصل وما هو بالهزل. It is a serious statement and not a joke. So السياسة فأصبحت السياسة هزلا. Politics became a joke, a play. وَالدَّوْلَةُ عُلْعُوبَةً, and the state became a play. When you say ul'uba, something that you play with. You know, you have a game in your hand, something you play around, that is ul'uba. Okay, and the state became a tool for playing. مُلُوكٌ يَحْكُمُونَ صَبَاحًا, kings were ruling in the morning, وَيُقْتَلُونَ مَسَاءً, and they will be killed in the afternoon, because they didn't know how to manage their politics and their religion. They didn't know about politics very well. They didn't know how to run the state. And so they ruled for a very short time. مُلُوكٌ يَحْكُمُونَ صَبَاحًا وَيُقْتَلُونَ مَسَاءً could be a figure of speech to show that they were ruling for a very short time. Somebody rules for a short time, he's dead. The other comes to take over, short time, they are also dead. It says وَيُسْتَبْدَلُونَ كَالْخُلْقَانِ مِنَ الثِّيَابِ, and they were being changed, substituted. Yustabdaluna, from istabdala, to substitute. Yustabdaluna, they were being substituted. Kal khulqani min athiyab, and khulqan is the plural of khalaq. Khalaqun yani a worn out clothes. So when you have a dress and it is worn out, what do? You change it. You wear another one, because that dress is tired. You change it. You throw it off and take another one. That was how the kings were being rotated. They were being substituted. He says, وَلَا أُضَيِّعُ وَقْتَكَ الثَّمِينَ فِي سَرْدِ أَسْمَائِهِمُ الْفَارِغَةِ, and I will not waste your time. أُضَيِّعُ وَقْتَكَ, I will not waste your time. فِي سَرْدِ أَسْمَائِهِمْ, in mentioning, سَرْد بمعنى mentioning, or lining up أَسْمَائِهِمْ, their names, al-fariga, empty. So these kings that came after, their names were empty because it didn't resonate. So I wouldn't waste your time mentioning their names for you. وَهُنَا رَأَيْتُ مَا أَبْكَانِي, and here I saw what made me cry. فَقَدْ فَسَدَتْ أَخْلَاقُ الْمُسْلِمِينَ فِي هَذَا الْعَصْرِ, because the characters of Muslims in this era, fasadat, became corrupted. فَشَى فِيهِمْ الْفُجُورِ, fasha, to be spread around. Okay, so immorality got spread around. وَأَمَّتِ الْخُمُورِ, so fasha and amma, almost the same word. وَأَمَّتِ الْخُمُورِ, and alcohol became popular everywhere. وَكَثُرَتِ الْمَلَاهِي, malahi is the plural of malha, a nightclub, an amusement place, any place you go for amusement, music, club, drinks and all that. Such a place is called malha. It says, وَأَقْبَلَ النَّاسُ عَلَى اللَّهْوِ, and people now moved on to playing, amusement. وَاللَّعِبِ, and plays. وَالرَّقْصِ, and dancing. وَالْغِنَاءِ, and music. فَكَأَنْ لَمْ يُبْعَثْ نَبِيٌّ, فَكَأَنْ لَمْ يُبْعَثْ نَبِيٌّ, as if a prophet was not sent. As if a prophet was not sent to the Muslims. وَلَمْ يَنْزِلْ كِتَابٌ, and as if a book was not sent for them, or didn't descend for them. That is talking about as if the Prophet Muhammad never came, and as if the Quran never came for the Muslims. And then he says, وَالنَّاسُ فِي جَاهِلِيَّةٍ, and as if people were in Jahiliyyah. It was as if people were in Jahiliyyah. Okay, and he brings us down and he says that وَكُنْتُ أَذْكُرُ قَوْلَ اللَّهِ تَعَالَى, that at that time كنت أذكر قول الله تعالى, and I used to mention or remember this verse of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala where he says, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, وَإِذَا أَرَدْنَا أَن نُهْلِكَ قَرْيَةً أَمَرْنَا مُتْرَفِيهَا ففسقوا فيها فحق عليها القول فدمرناها تدميرا وأخاف بطشه, and I fear بطش Allah, يعني the touch of Allah. That بطش here بمعنى touch with anger. Okay, so the verse you could check it out. Okay, it wasn't indicated here. That is from Surah Al-Isra, verse number 16. Surah Al-Isra, verse number 16. He says, and when we wish to destroy a town, وَإِذَا أَرَدْنَا أَن نُهْلِكَ قَرْيَةً, and when we wish to destroy a town, we send our commandment to the people of it, who lead easy lives. That is, when people are flexing, you find people flexing and not being serious with things. Okay, but they transgress therein. أي فَفَسَقُوا فِيهَا, they transgress therein. Thus the word proved true against them. فَحَقَّ عَلَيْهَا الْقَوْلُ فَدَمَّرْنَاهَا تَدْمِيرًا, then we destroy it with utter destruction. You can check the verse out, Surah Al-Isra, that is chapter number 17, verse number 16. وَأَخَافُ بَطْشَهُ. Batsh is also a Quranic word. Let me quickly see if I could find the verse. That is from Surah Al-Buruj, chapter 85, verse number 12, where it says, إِنَّ بَطْشَ رَبِّكَ لَشَدِيدٌ. Surely the might of your Lord is great. Batsh is the touch of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala with anger. Okay, you could easily punch batch out and you find the various meaning. That is the attack, the destruction. Okay, so أَخَافُ بَطْشَهُ, and I fear his, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's attack. It says, وَفِي أَهْدِ Muhammad Shah, and during the era of Muhammad Shah, which was Sanata Alf ومئة واحد وستين 1161. Okay, he says بلغ السيل الزبع, and during the era of Muhammad Shah, بلغ السيل الزبع. These kinds of expressions, we need to pay attention to them. Okay, بلغ السيل الزبع. Sail is water, a flow of water. Az-zuba is the height that, you see, when you do a dam, when a dam is made, there is a height created above the dam that the water cannot reach. When the water reaches that height, it means that the dam has to be spilled. There need to be a spillage, else the water will overflow and destroy things. When the water reaches that place, it means enough is enough. That is what the expression Arabs say, balaga saylu zuba. The water has reached its limit. It is to say it got to the limit. وَطَمَّ الْوَادِي عَلَى الْقُرَى, أي وَطَمَّ سَيْلُ الْوَادِي عَلَى الْقُرَى, and the flow of water through the valleys overflooded the villages. This is also another expression, طَمَّ الْوَادِي عَلَى الْقُرَى. It is also another expression. وَطَمَّ الْوَادِي عَلَى الْقُرَى. طَمَّ بمعنى to overflow, to cover, to flood over. So wadi here is there, the mudaf is actually hidden. Tamma sayrul wadi al qura is an expression. The flow from the valley has covered or has flooded the village. It shows that everything has reached its limit. It says فَبَعَثَ اللَّهُ عَلَى أَهْلِ دَلْهِ عِبَادًا, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala sent some servants upon the people of Delhi. Who are the servants that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala sent? He represents that with a verse from Surah Al-Isra again. That is verse number 5. Verse number 5, but then a half of it. Because the verse starts with فَإِذَا جَاءَ وَعْدُ أُولَاهُمَا فَإِذَا جَاءَ وَعْدُ أُولَاهُمَا بَعَثْنَا عَلَيْكُمْ عِبَادًا لَنَا أولي بأس شديد فجاسوا خلال الديار وكان وعدا مفعولا. That is the complete verse. So he picks a part of it to fix inside his work. This is what we call iqtibas. Iqtibas. Alif, qaf, ta, ba, alif, sin. Iqtibas. To pick a verse, to pick a hadith and fix it inside your work as if it's your own words. So he says when everything got to its limit, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala sent servants. Uli ba'sin shadidin. People with mighty prowess. They have mighty powers. Uli ba'sin shadidin. Could check the translation of the verse direct. Fajasu khilal al-diyar. And these people, they went to and fro among the houses. Yani they went here and there in the houses. You see, you are there playing around, then a lot of people come to create scatter. They enter into houses. Fajasu khilal al-diyar. They entered houses anyhow. It says, Ja Nadir Shah Sanata. That Nadir Shah came the year 1151 min Iran. Nadir Shah came from Iran. فَوَضَعَ فِيهِمُ السَّيْفِ. وَضَعَ فِيهِمُ السَّيْفِ بمعنى he drew the sword on them. That is, he slaughtered a lot of them. وبلغ القتلى من الهنديين في دهلي 100,000 ونيفة. And the qatla, the people who were killed, their numbers reached 100,000 ونيفا, 100,000 and more. When we say nayifan bimana, when we say nayif after a number, it means more than that number. When we say 100,000 ونيفا, 100,000 and more. Sometimes some people believe that nayifan should be mentioned first, like nayif or mi'ata or alf. Some people believe that's how it's supposed to be mentioned, but then this is fine. It says wasalat bidima'ihim ash-shawari', and their blood flowed on the streets. People were killed. Walam yugmad as-sayfu. Gumd as-sayf is putting it back into the gimd, which is the shield. The shield, the leather thing we put the sword in, that is what we call gimd as-sayf. Okay, so walam yugmad as-sayf illa ba'da 3 ayyam. Swords were not put back into their shield except after 3 days. People were just being slaughtered. وَلَمْ يَفِقْ أَهْلُ دَهْلِ وَالْمُسْلِمُونَ مِنْ سَكْرَتِهِمْ. And the Muslims and the people of Delhi did not wake up from their slumber. Sakra, their drunkenness. They did not wake up from their drunkenness. فَاجْتَمَعَ عَلَيْهِمُ الْمُرْحَةَةُ وَالسِّكَّةُ. These two are a group of people from a particular tribe. Is it a particular tribe or village? One of the two. Jamil. They gathered upon the people of Delhi. They gathered upon the Muslims. So اجتمع عليهم على أهل دلهي والمسلمين المرحتة والسكة اجتماع الأكلة على القصعة. اجتماع here is what we call the مفعول مطلق, when the verb is mentioned and its masdar is mentioned after it. So the people gathered upon the Muslims like the gathering of akala, eaters, on a bowl. اجتماع الأكلة على القصعة. The gathering of eaters on a bowl. When people are hungry, they want to eat, and they put a bowl there. You see how they gather upon it as a rush. This is how we say it. When people gather in a rush like that, that is how we express it. Al-Qasa'a is a bowl, B-O-W-L. And he says, وَفِي كُلِّ يَوْمٍ غَارَةٌ. And every day there was an invasion. There was an invasion every day. وَنَهْبٌ, and robbery or plunder. وَسَلْبٌ. Salbun is denying somebody something. Okay, when you deny somebody something, when you dispossess somebody something, somebody has money, you take it from the person, that is salb. وَإِهَانَةٌ, and disregard. وَجَلَاءٌ, and evacuation, evacuating people from their homes. فَخُرِّبَتْ قُرَى كَثِيرَةٌ, and a lot of villages were damaged, destroyed. خُرِّبَتْ, it was destroyed. وَهُدِّمَتْ مَسَاجِدُ, and mosques were damaged also, were also destroyed. مساجد ذكر فيها اسم الله كثيرا. Mosque that the name of Allah were mentioning there a lot of time were damaged. وعجز المسلمون عن مقاومتهم, and the Muslims couldn't stand these people. ودخل في قلوبهم الجبن, and cowardice, al-jubnu, cowardice entered into their hearts. والخوف, and fear. So cowardice and fear entered into their hearts. It says هنالك رحم الله هذه الأمة الهندية. There Allah had mercy on the Ummah of India. Okay, the people of India. فبعث لها أحمد Shah. Then Ahmad Shah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala sent Ahmad Shah al-Abdali min Afghanistan. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala sent Ahmad Shah al-Abdali from Afghanistan in the year 1174, the year 1174. Ahmad Shah al-Abdali came from Afghanistan. فَنَازَلَ الْمُرْهَةَةُ. He took down the al-Murhata, he brought them down. فِي سَاحَةِ بَنِي بَات. He challenged them in the field Panipat, in the field of Panipat. You remember we mentioned it before, a fight occurred there. وَقَتَلَ مِنْهُمْ نَحْوُ مِئَتَيْ أَلْفٍ. He killed about 200,000 of them. This Ahmad Shah al-Abdali killed about 200,000 of the Murhata. وَهَزَمَهُمْ هَزِيمَةً. He defeated them such a defeat, he defeated them with such a defeat. لَمْ تَقُمْ لَهُمْ بَعْدَهَا قَائِمَةٌ. They never rose to their level again. لَمْ تَقُمْ لَهَا بَعْدَهَا قَائِمَةٌ is an expression to show that they never rose to how they were again. I don't know if you could do this. Okay, I think we could do it. وَفِي هَذِهِ الْأَيَّامِ الْعَقِيمَةِ. Aqima b'mana barren. And in these barren days, أنجبت Delhi رجلا عظيما. Delhi gave birth to a great man. وهو الشيخ ولي الله بن عبد الرحيم. And that is his name. Delhi gave birth to this man during these barren days in Delhi. فنادى بالمسلمين إلى الدين. He called the Muslims to the religion. وانتقد الأمراء الجائرين. And he criticized the unjust leaders. Al-Ja'ir bimana oppressor or unjust. He criticized them. وَالشُّيُوخَ الْمُبْتَدِئِينَ. And also the scholars who were innovators. He criticized them. وَخَرَّجَ عُلَمَاءَ الرَّاسِخِينَ. And he graduated or he produced scholars who were firm. وَالدُّعَاةَ الْمُخْلِصِينَ. And sincere da'is of the religion. وَصَنَّفَ الْكُتُبَ الْبَدِيعَةَ في علوم الدين. And he authored amazing books. He authored amazing books في علوم الدين, in the sciences of the religion. وشمر هو وأبناؤه النجباء. And he, this Ahmad Shah, he and his children النجباء. النجباء is the plural of Najib. Najib means a person of noble descent. So he, Ahmad Shah, and his children of noble descent, the children, they mentioned their names: Al-Shaykh Abdul Aziz, Al-Shaykh Rafi'uddin, Al-Shaykh Abdul Qadir, and the son of Al-Shaykh Abdul Qadir, Ibn Ibnihi, the son of his son, Al-Shaykh Ismail, Dafin Balakut. So he is buried in Balakut. I don't know the name, I don't know the place. And Sakil Jiddi. The sentence breaks from here. Shammara Ahmad Shah wa abna'uhu, and they mention names, and they come Ansakil Jid. So Shammara Ansakil Jid. The Ansak is jar wa majrur muta'alliq bi fi'l Shammara. When we say Shammara Ansakil Jid, Shammara bimana to raise your trouser or your dress so that your leg will show. That is Tashmir and Sak. That is literal. But when we say Shammara and Sakil Jid, bimana, they became serious. They put seriousness in what they were doing. Fi khidmati din, in the service of the religion. They became serious in the service of the religion. فَمِن مُتَرْجِمٍ لِلْقُرْآنِ. Some of them were translating the Quran. وَمِنْ شَارِحٍ لِلْحَدِيثِ, and among them there were those who were explaining a hadith. وَمِنْ فَقِيهٍ يُدْرَبُ إِلَيْهِ أَكْبَادُ الْإِبِلِ, and also a jurist to whom أكباد الإبل يضرب ضرب أكباد الإبل بمعنى people travel to him. Okay, when you say ضربت كبد الإبل إليك, يعني I rode camels to you. You see, when you are on the horse or the camel, you beat the side of the camel. That is the ضرب كبد. Okay, you hit the side of it until you reach where you are going. So they use it as a statement to show, or a proverb to show that people travel to him. So وَمِنْ فَقِيهٍ, and also they had a jurist, يُضْرَبُ إِلَيْهِ أَكْبَادُ الْإِبِلِ, people travel to him. وَمِنْ مُزَكٍّ لِلنُّفُوسِ, and they had those who were also focused in تَزْكِيَةُ النُّفُوس, that is teaching people how to purify their souls. وَمِنْ مُدَرِّسٍ لِلْحَدِيثِ الشَّرِيفِ, and among them there were those who were teaching the hadith, the noble hadith. وَمِنْ مُجَاهِدٍ بِالسَّيْفِ, and among them there were also soldiers, those who were striving with the sword. وَشَهِيدٍ فِي سَبِيلِ اللَّهِ, and martyrs on the path of Allah, people who died on the path of Allah. وَمِنْ مُهَاجِرٍ إِلَى بَيْتِ اللَّهِ, some of them also did hijrah to Mecca, to Kaaba. وَالْهِنْدُ تُبَاهِي بِهَذَا الْبَيْتِ الشَّرِيفِ الْأَقْطَارَ الْأُخْرَى, and India, this particular household, India, Tubahi kind of brags with it. India brags to other regions with this noble household. Watunshidu, and India says, okay, it says this nasheed, Ulaika abna'i faji'ni bimithlihim إذا جمعتنا يا جرير المجامع. But here I think it is Ulaika abai. That is the bait. It is a bait for Farazdak. He and Jarir, Farazdak and Jarir, the competition lied between Farazdak, Jarir and Al-Akhtal. So this is Farazdak telling Jarir that these are my fathers. He's showing him that my father was this. Farazdak is said to be of a noble descent. His father, his grandfather, they were all noblemen. We all know Sa'sa. I think that is the name, Sa'sa. They were great people. So he will tell you, these are my fathers. Say, Ulaika abai, those are my fathers. Faji'ni bimislihim, bring to me their likeness. إِذَا جَمَعَتْنَا يَا جَرِيرُ الْمَجَامِعُ, if gatherings put us together, show me your fathers. Okay, these are my fathers. So you, Jarir, when we ever meet in gatherings, you too show me your fathers. But here it came Ulaika abna'i, these are my children. Faji'ni bimislihim. So here maybe he switched the bait to fit India, saying that these people, these great men, are my children. So ji'ni bimithlihim, bring their likeness. Iza jama'atna ya jarirul majami', if we ever meet in any of our gatherings. This brings us to the end of the المنارة تتحدث part 2. Inshallah, in our next meeting, we look at the part 3. So we just done with the المنارة تتحدث part 2. Alhamdulillah, we've been able to do this. Normally, recording lengthy like this is stressful, okay, and people would like to have a short, but then it's a video. Whenever you feel like it's too lengthy, you pause, you watch over again, however you do it, wherever you download it, or however you do it. But then it's better I put it out for you. Alhamdulillah, may Allah grant us good understanding. Whatever you do not understand, you can go ahead and ask, inshallah, and I will do my best to answer it for you. Till we meet again, don't forget me in your prayers. Don't forget to subscribe, and also do not forget to leave a like and comment, inshallah. Don't forget to also share for others to also benefit from this exercise we are doing, inshallah. Till we meet again, have a very good Arabic time. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.